It's Happy Valley this Wednesday night. Paul Lally's here to pick us a winner along the way through the 8 races on the C course, and the first race gets underway at 10 minutes past 7 o'clock, and we kick off with a Class 5 event. And Earnest Feeling at the top is now with Jamie Richards. Island Surprise has had 2 starts for 2 placings in this grade. Nordic Combined, impressive last time, carries an extra £10 for it. Fireball has the cheek pieces going on. Brilliant Pioneer off a placing behind Nordic Combined last start. Fighting Stars trialled well since he's a down the track performance after a tough trip on the all-weather. And Day Day Rich will be Jerry Chow and Bano Yung from barrier number 1. Speed here, Paul. Day Day Rich we know has pace. They have been riding him forward and back. Fireball goes forward, and Happy Tango also has plenty of early toe.
So it should be good pace in this, because Island Surprise, who's been downgraded, likes to go forward from barrier number 11. So look, he'll be trying to get outside Day Day Rich. He just might have to work to get there. Charming Steed should get a nice run. Fighting Stars, another one that's gone forward in the past, but from his draw, I think he's going to have to go back. Nordic Combined went back last start and won really impressively.
We'll have a look at his win in just a moment. We're going to start, though, with Charming Steed running second last time, and you can see turning for home there was more than 4 horses in this race. Here come the others. We've got Alfie Chan on board for Casper Founds from a better draw this week.
Yeah, exactly. Look, he's the thing with him is he's run second 7 times. So he's only won the 1. Now, that was off a 53 rating, and he's down to 38. So he's more than capable. It was a nice run once again from him here. So, look, I've included him, but he's hard to put on top just with that win ratio.
A minor line specialist.
Yes, exactly.
That is Charming Steed. Our second replay is Nordic Combined. Such a dominant win first start for Chris. So this one, Brilliant Pioneer's run wasn't too bad either, because he was wide throughout. He
stays off this on the same rating as well, Brilliant Pioneer. So I think he's found some consistency off this 33 rating. But this was dominant from him. Look, he'd run 4th off a 48 rating before. He'd never really managed to do this before, but he goes way up in the weights. He's up to a rating of 38 now, but I still think he can win again.
Oh, good report for Nordic Combined. That'll be the on-top selection from Paul. Our next replay is Modest Gentleman running 3rd. He trialled well leading into this, and this was obviously 2 starts ago also for Brilliant Pioneer. What of Modest Gentleman, though?
Drew 3 here and got the perfect run and ran nicely. He's got to deal with barrier number 10, which I think is going to be a lot harder for him. Again, Brilliant Pioneer got really well back on this occasion. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 3. So of the 2, I'll stick with Brilliant Pioneer. See, he couldn't get off the rail at the right time there either. So, look, I'm going to stick with him.
Beat about 3/4 of a length behind Valhalla, who has won since from that race. So we go to Chungfar, Paul. Earnest Feeling. He has placed 2 from 4 first up, and he's had the 2 trials, including this closing second behind Falcon Court.
Yeah, nice enough trial. There's finishing off here. Look, he won 3 times last season. He was always a horse that was a bit of a gunner, but look, he did win those 3 races last season. He's gone up in the ratings. He's got to carry top weight, but from barrier number 2, he was right on the cusp for me. I just didn't quite get him in the end. But look, it was a nice enough trial. The loose horse didn't really impede him too much.
Antoine Hamlin takes the ride on him, but we already know it's Nordic Combined for you in the first.
Yeah, Nordic Combined for me. Now, I'm going to go with that same Quinella we saw in that race with Brilliant Pioneer in there for second. Fireball's such a well-rated horse, and he's drawn nicely in barrier 6. Cheek pieces on him. He's won off a 51 with his last win off 43, and he's down here to 34. And Brendan Abdullah riding so well at the moment. And then Charming Steed, as we talked about earlier on. 4863.
Alexi Bedell to do it again for Chris. So for Paul on Nordic Combined in the opening race. The distance Class 5 is race number 2, up to the 1,650 metres for this one, and Cordyceps 1 is a 2-time course and distance winner. Get the Monies has the blinkers going on. Speedstar wears a tongue tie for the first time. Regency Happy Star placed at his last start. Precision Goal is minus the pacifiers. Well, Ambition comes back to Happy Valley after a down-the-track run at Shartin after a tough trip. And Superjoy, cheek pieces off, replaced by the blinkers for the first time. Precision Goal goes forward. United Endeavours. Cordyceps 1 can hunt up in the middle. Get the Monies. Paul, who won his best race in Hong Kong 3 starts ago, is going to get a great trip on the rail.
He's got blinkers on the first time, so he might actually lead Get the Monies. The reason that I thought Precision Goal was because he's up and trip. He's been running over 1,000, 1,200. He did step once to 1,400, but he's a horse that has got pace and has led in the past. So from 11, I just thought that he just might push on and go to the lead. But if he doesn't, then Get the Monies will lead on him.
United Endeavours and Cordyceps 1 are the two horses in the first replay. United Endeavours has come off this placing at his second start. He improved between his first two runs for Chris, so he's had no luck with the barrier draw this week, and Cordyceps 1 is more than proven course and distance.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? And he's likely to go forward. I think he can get himself into a nice position from barrier number 8, because there doesn't look too much pace in this race. So of the two, I prefer Cordyceps 1 at the draw. United Endeavours, he drew 4 here. He's got to move out to 12.
That is our first replay. Our second one features Regency Happy Star going his best race. And what we don't see is that mid-race move down the back. Nice Birdie ends up running on for 5th. Do you want to see Regency Happy Star try and replicate this, or are you happy to put him in?
No, I haven't put him in because, yeah, I'm with you. I sort of want to see him try and replicate it. I thought Nice Birdie ran okay on the inside, and he was right on the cusp. He finished off quite nicely there, as you can see, finishing off the race. But as you say, Regency Happy Star, just want to see him do it again.
Right honourable wins that. He goes up in grade. We'll see him in a later race. Now, down the track this pair, Loyal Ambition, he did some work. He'll appreciate coming back to Happy Valley. Splendid Star was a very short priced favourite in this race. He went off at even money. Nothing found looking at the vet's report for him, but they put it down to a possible 2-week backup for the reason for his failure. Can you see him bouncing back here?
Look, I'd like to see him do it again. We know he has won at Happy Valley before over 1,800 metres, the 1650 here. Yeah, Loyal Ambition dropped out, didn't he, in this particular contest? So I'm not that keen on him. Of the two, I'd be more keen on Splendid Star, but from barrier 3, he should get a nice enough opportunity.
All right, so that is some replays as far as races go. We've got a horse that you've picked off some track work. Bit of a veteran President's Choice, and he's only having his 5th start at Happy Valley. He
is. He's drawn a little bit awkward in 9, but look, he's been running very well in Class 4. He comes down to the bottom grade here. He's a 3-time winner of his 42 starts. Has been placed 6 times for second, though.
Zach Purton and Michael Cheng, they've combined twice this season for 2 seconds. You reckon that might be one better this week?
Yeah, look, I don't mind him in this contest being downgraded, so I'm going to go with President's Choice. Now, Precision Gold is going to be a massive price, but he's by Tavistock, just up to the 1650 for the first time. I wouldn't be surprised if he win a bit of a race if he get to the front, so I'm sort of banking on he's going to lead. Cordyceps 1 and get the monies with the blinkers on for the first time. 3812.
That is the preview for race number 2. Start time for it, 7:40 local. Our first venture to Class 4 racing will be race number 3 on Wednesday night. It looks this way over the 1650 with Gallant Crown on the class drop. Can't Go Wong's been scratched at his last 2 starts. He's had a trial since and was a little disappointing in that trial. Red Hair King, wider draw than his last start, 3rd course and distance. Master Tornado has placed 2 from 6 over the 1650. Happy Valley debut for Club Soda. Happy Angels coming back from the 2000 at Shark Tin last time. Sure Joyful ran on to finish 3rd behind Fortune President, and Arthur's Kingdom not too far off a class drop down the bottom of the book. Master Tornado, Paul, from barrier number 1. Karis Teaton rides him, can scoot through and keep them all out. Happy Angel likely to be handy.
Gallant Crown's gone back in his last 2 starts, but when he draws well, he normally goes forward. He's with a new trainer, so I think he'll put himself in the race from barrier number 4. Red Hair King, I think, can get across outside Master Tornado. He just has to work to get there. Happy Angel's back in trip, but likes to go forward. And Club Soda might be slightly more handier than he was in his debut.
We'll have more from Paul in just a moment, though. Karis Teaton's go to partner Master Tornado, and here he is with Nick.
Karis, Master Tornado, you're riding race 3 on Wednesday night. You've sort of ridden him a few times now, and you're gradually getting that bit closer.
Yes, Nick. Of course, his last run was a promising run, and you know he's down in a class where I think this horse can actually win the race. So I'm just hoping now. He's in good form. He's in good shape in the morning. So I'm hoping he can go to racer with a good draw and perform well.
Yeah, you mentioned that draw, of course. He's in 1. Does that sort of give you nice options? I mean, because he has led in the past, but he's also taken a sit. So I guess you could have sort of an A and a B sort of game plan from there.
Yeah. Also, he has been getting some outside gate where he's been doing a little bit of work to get into a handy position. So I think like you said, with the good draw, he will have to save some energy from the start. And if he's leading or he's in a handy position, I just think the draw will really make a big difference this time.
Yeah, and that run 4 starts ago, you rode him off a mark of 6. He's off of 55 here, but he was only 3/4 behind Lean Hero, so that's strong form.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's progressing nicely. He's getting better with each run. So I'm just really hoping that he can go to races and do his best.
There is Karis Teaton talking Master Tornado. Our first replay, Paul, features two that have been back to the trials since. Palace Pal runs third, M Unicorn runs on for fourth, Master Tornado fades. Palace Pal, if you like him off this replay, don't watch the trial.
No.
If you like M Unicorn off this replay, go and watch the trial.
Yeah, exactly. And I do like M Unicorn because I thought the trial was good. And I don't know if he was totally suited here by the wet track, M Unicorn. Prior to this, he'd won really impressively, beating winning Data, who came out and absolutely hosed up at Sha Tin. So I think he's the one, actually.
Oh, that's a good report for M Unicorn there. And the trial, he comes from a long way back and storms home into second under a good hold. We move on now to Happy Angel at Sha Tin. We know him well around Happy Valley on a Wednesday night. Have him taking a trail on the speed map over the 1650. His win came at 1800. He's placed 3 from 9 course and distance.
Yeah, so he likes it here at Happy Valley. He's actually won only one run from his 28 starts, and that was over 1800 metres at Happy Valley, as I said. So, look, I prefer him over a little bit longer. Happy Angel, he sort of needs to dominate, and I don't think he can with a few of these horses in this race. But he stayed on nice enough. But again, this is over 2000.
All right, so that is the grey Happy Angel down there on the inside. The stable's certainly running hot, that of Pierre Ung. Red Hair King, he's usually amongst his selections. Paul, this is a third for him last time. This was just his second look at Happy Valley, and Concerto ends up running fifth, which he has done both runs back this time in.
Yeah, look, I'm going to include him again, Red Hair King. I thought it was a good run from him. He was a good price this day as well. He stayed on nicely for third. Look, he's got to move out to barrier number 11, but I think he can get across the 1650 metre race. You know, it's a little bit of a run towards that first corner, so I think he'd be able to get himself into position. I mean, he absolutely hosed up the winner, but he was really well rated to do that.
He was. Durham Star, he runs later in the night, and Dragon Star, who beat him home, has won since that race too, so the form is good around Red Hair King. Here's Shaw Joyful getting back and running on for third. He does carry a lightweight again. Matthew Poon, Ricky Yu, the combination. This was his first placing over 1650 metres. Have you got him figuring this week?
I'm going to put him in on a minor line. He's a Class 5 winner up here in Class 4, but as you mentioned, a lightweight. He's by Tarzino, so you'd always think the further the better for this horse. And look, maybe he's just sort of furnishing into that now, and I thought it was a good enough run here to run third.
All right, so he makes it into Paul's top 4 selections for race number 3. Who are the others?
Going to go with M Unicorn, though. I think he looks ready to win once again and should get the conditions to suit. Gallant Crown, he's got to carry the weight, but he loves it here in Class 4. He's a 4-time winner from his 11 starts and drawn nicely. Red Hair King to get across, and Shaw Joyful to run on late. 8-1-4-11.
And being an 8-race program, race number 3 will kick off the treble and also is the first leg of the 6-up. Race number 4, preview time now for Wednesday night at Happy Valley. The 4th is also a Class 4 over the 1,000 metres though, and a Harmony Fire first up. He's had the 2 trials. Gorgeous Vitality wide draw, Happy United wide draw again too. Prosperous Smile on debut for Pierre Ong has had 4 impressive looking trials. Diamond Soars has won his last 2. Circuit 7 gets Zach Purton on for Tony Cruz. Oversubscribed is a 3-time winner course and distance, and Call Me Mighty has the blinkers going back on, and there is some pace here, Paul. Diamond Soars, Kowloon Eastar can hike along. Circuit 7 gets out quickly, and that's allowing for the fact that Prosperous Smile has shown plenty of speed in his trials.
He's led in all his trials, so he won't want to get into a speed battle on debut, you wouldn't have thought, because we know Kowloon Eastar and Diamond Soars are very fast, and is Circuit 7. That's going to be a really fastly run race, I thought here. Ace Talent, he'll get a nice run just in behind. Savvy Delight won't be too far away. Then these ones at the back will get their opportunity, I think, as well.
Got an interview to start off. First of all, it was a boom of a day for Brenton Avdulla at Sha Tin on Sunday. Here he is talking Savvy Delight.
Brenton Avdulla, you've got Savvy Delight coming up on Wednesday evening. Very honest horse who ran a super race last time.
Yeah, he seems to run to his mark majority of the time there, Nick. He's racing really well. He's struggled to get another win on the board, but yeah, he's getting awfully close. And a few times I've ridden him, he's loomed up and just fallen short. So hopefully there tomorrow night he can get the job done.
He's just typical, isn't he, really, of a horse that does go well at this track. As you say, he likes it here, he runs to his mark. And last time out, I thought he showed plenty of grit to put his head down and try hard for you.
Yeah, he's a specialist 1,000-metre horse. He obviously goes keen, so you just got to drop your hands and get him to switch off. And he loves Happy Valley corners well, and he always tries hard. So you know, he's a specialist horse at the 1,000 around the valley, and John's got him in really good order.
He's not necessarily a horse who's going to be sort of, you know, front 3 or 4, 5 perhaps, but you're drawn gate 3, so that certainly makes life a bit easier.
Yeah, it just gives you the opportunity just to drop on his neck and let him relax, because he doesn't ride the speed or anything. He can get pretty keen, so he's usually second half, and if there's good gallop, which there usually is around the valley, that's when you can launch late.
You ride him, of course, for John's size. You've had a little while to let it all sink in after the weekend. I know you didn't manage to claim one of the Group 2s, but what a day.
Yeah, massive result. It was just, you know, it was the first time I went to the races on a Sunday with that sort of book, though, a strong book of rides, and was able to capitalise on it. So Hong Kong, we all know it's about opportunities and trying to make the most of them, and I was very fortunate enough to be able to get those opportunities and make the most of them.
One opportunity that might come your way with a sort of a half glance towards Happy Valley, of course, is that you put yourself in some sort of contention for IJC as well. I mean, I'm sure you would have read that news. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it, if you could get in there?
I had no idea about it till I was off my 4th winner there on the other day, and one of the stewards said to me, "Oh, you've just leapfrogged most of the jocks into the IJC spot." So yeah, look, if it's not something I'd planned on or thought about or anything, you know, it's usually a position there for the top 3, and Huey's obviously indisposed, so it's a position now that affords someone else. But if we can make the most of it on Wednesday night and grab that position, well, yeah, it'd be an honour, because if you told me first season I'd be representing Hong Kong in the IJC, it'd be a big thrill.
You had your parents here as well, Brenton. Do they stay around as long as that? Potentially, if you did get in, would they be here to witness that?
No, I put Dad on the plane yesterday, so the wife was away for the week and Dad flew in, so I might have to put Dad back on the plane over and send the missus back off.
Good luck, Brenton.
Hope she's not watching.
Yeah, you'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. We move on from that domestic bliss, Paul, to a Diamond Source winning last time. Happy United was big here. He covered plenty of ground, and Savvy Delight's just mixing his form a little bit. Gorgeous Vitality's trialled up well since.
Yeah, they have. Look, all these 3 horses will get their opportunity, though, I think, because with all this pace in the race. I mean, Diamond Source sort of led by himself, and as such, he stayed on and won the race. But he's going to get a lot of pressure in this particular contest. So, as such, I think it'll probably suit some of these horses from the back. And he just looked a little bit lost, didn't he, Savvy Delight, in that last little bit. Let's see if he can bounce back in this.
All right, that is that bunch of horses. We move on now to Circuit 7, who leads for home here. Here's Savvy Delight again. This is a meeting where he ran 8th. Now, Zach's on board. He's had 2 rides for a win and a place. Can that good run of top 3 finishes for Perth and Circuit 7 continue? Could
well do. Again, he's drawn a little bit. There's a lot of pace underneath him, so he's drawn a little bit on the outside and barrier number 7. Whereas the horses like Diamond Source is drawn too. So it's going to be a little bit tough for him. Righteous Heron's come out and won since, so the race wasn't too bad.
That is that replay. Now, here's one that you do like, Strive for Glory. He's well down in the weights. He has won over 1,000 metres. He's a long way back here, turning for home on the all-weather. And he can't draw a gate, but he's been overcoming those wide draws.
He has, hasn't he? Look, he's drawn... When he did win that 1,000-metre race, he actually went forward. That was at Happy Valley. But with all the speed on, I just think, you know, he might be sort of 4 or 5 a place. And if he can run over the top of them and run into a 2nd or 3rd or even win, I think he's a good each-way play. So that's why I went with him.
All right, there he is. That is Strive for Glory, who will be Paul's long shot of the night. Hard not to have been impressed with Prosperous Smile. Certainly last 3 trials. His first one wasn't great, but he's come a long way since then. As
you say, he's had the 4. He's 1,068 pounds as well. So, look, I think he'll be cherry ripe going into this race. He's drawn nicely, barrier 5. Cheek pieces for his debut run. Again, I would have liked it if there was no other sort of leader in this race, because he could have done this, but... You know, with race day pressure, we'll just have to see what happens. But the trials have been good. The stable's going well. So, look, I wanted to keep him safe. I've included him.
And that's Golden Rise on his outside in that trial, who's likely going to start favourite later in the program. Your first 4.
Going to go with the 12. Strive for Glory. Should be a really good price in this race, hopefully. And with the light weight, 117 pounds. He's never won in this grade, but he's drawn 10. He gets back anyway. And I just think he can... Get a good run towards the back and finish strongly. So he's on top. The 4 Savvy Delight, he'll be 6 up this season, so he'll be fit going into it. Prosperous Smile on debut. As you talked about earlier on, Mike, Happy United was a really good run last time. He'll need just a bit of luck from barrier 11, but as such, I think he's in form. 12, 4, 6 and 3.
And he has trolled strongly up at Chungfa, since has Happy United also. That's the selections from Paul for race number 4, the first leg of Triple Trio. Race number 5 is our trophy race. It is the running of the American Club Challenge Cup over the 1650 metres, and we've got Pegasus General on the class drop. Durham Star last start winner carries an extra £8. Running ahead, cheek pieces on for the first time, tongue tie removed. Killer Instinct is minus the visor. Win-Win Fighter's a 2-time course and distance winner. Fortune President, he won last time, carries an extra £6. Super Elite draws barrier 1 again. And then the Class 5 winners coming back up in grade in Kairos Unicorn and Right Honourable. The speed here, Paul, and looking at that, Samarkand rolls to the top. Super Elite's going to get just another great trip in behind the leader.
He loves drawing barrier 1, Super Elite, and he's drawn 1 once again. Sturdy Ruby with a running head, who's done absolutely nothing. Should get himself into a nice position with the cheek pieces on. Durham Star, the likely favourite, should get a nice run. Killer Instinct, A's in 1. And the others tend to get back. So, yeah, Samarkand looks the only leader in the race, but doesn't look like it's going to be overly strong.
There is a lot of winning form in this race, including Durham Star, and Nick spoke to his rider, Zach Purton.
Zach, Durham Star, one of your rides on Wednesday night's programme. Pretty good win last time, and he looked to do it quite tidily in the end.
He finally had the circumstances to allow him to do that. There's a bit of speed on, he had a nice run in the race and come out at the right time. So it was good to see. Hopefully he's taken some confidence out of that. Douglas has got him racing really well this season. He's sort of settled in and matured a little bit more, and he just needs things to go his way. He's not the type of horse that can overcome any adversity. He needs it to fall for him, and obviously when it does, then he can perform.
A couple of pros and cons, I suppose, with him is one, he's off a higher mark now, 57, which he's obviously struggled a bit off in the past, but form has worked out. The horse you beat has come out and won last week, Dragon Star, so certainly looks good from that perspective.
Yeah, it was going to be a fairly solid form race because of the tempo, and the field was sort of strung out there towards the line, and they're generally good races going forward, but it's just a matter of just trying to get that right rhythm for him again and bring him into the race at the right time.
Just a good solid horse around here, really, isn't he?
He is, and I don't think the weight's going to be a problem. He's a strong enough horse, so that's not my concern. It's just how the races run.
Indeed it is. It's the American Club Challenge Cup, obviously collecting silverware. You were sort of at the fore this weekend, just reflecting on those two performances, of course. You said to me post-race, you know, sort of both might need to do a bit more come IR, but I guess there's that time going forward, and what they've done on the weekend was obviously very pleasing, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a step in the right direction for both of them. Obviously lucky, we sort of all expect a little bit more from him, and you know, hopefully next time he can improve that little bit more again. He's such a big, strong horse that he's just taken a couple of runs to get back towards his best, and you know, he's going to have to draw the right gate and get the right run, but he's certainly the best sprinter we have on his day, and it was good to see Beauty Eternal take that next step as well, and he'll take a bit of confidence out of that. John's horses are going really well, and they improve from run to run, and you know, if he finds another 1 or 2 lengths again, he's going to be right there.
I guess that was crucial for him, Zach, wasn't it? I mean, the fact that now he's sort of, you know, he's stepping out of 4-year-old company, he's stepping up against the big boys. I mean, he's sort of, you know, he's fronted up, and he's done that at the weekend. So I guess, you know, going forward, you'd certainly be confident that there is a bit more to come. Yeah,
well, he had a fairly interrupted preparation last season, as well as being rushed to get to the Derby. You know, you've got that small window of opportunity, and you've got to try and get them there if you can. And John did a great job to get him there, and he just come up short. But then after that, he put 2 solid wins together again at the back of the end of the season, and you know, he's carried that on again. So yeah, these 4-year-olds, once they acclimatise, mature, get used to the system here, then you're hoping that they're always going to take that next step. And he looks like he has, but he needs to do a little bit more again.
That is Zach Purton. This replay features Win-Win Fighter running 5th, and he comes from a fairway off the pace on a rain-affected track this night. He was beaten 2 1/4 lengths. On top of the ground 2 starts ago, Paul. Close up second behind Happy Angel.
Yeah, that was a good to firm track as well. So, look, he's quite a versatile horse. He got through the gap here and he finished off nicely enough, this horse. I've got him in on a minor line. He's only won twice from his 33 starts, but a little bit of consistency on the place line. And I don't know if he was totally suited by the wet track.
Right, that is Win-Win Fighter, our first replay. The second one features the old boy, Right Honourable. It took him maybe just a little while to come up this time in. He trialled well, didn't produce his first few runs as maybe was expected, but this night he was strong down the outside. It was in Class 5 though.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's his grade now. He's a 9-year-old, and as you say, look, if everything goes his way, he gets the pace to suit, then he can finish off strongly. But I'm not sure he's going to get the pace in this race with no sort of a muddly speed map with the leader and whatnot.
Okay, so maybe wait for something else around Right Honourable. Sturdy Ruby hasn't been too far away in all of his 1650-metre starts.
Yeah, look, he likes it here at Happy Valley. Last 2 times he was here, he ran third on both occasions. He's going to put himself on the pace as well. Coming back from Shardston, I think will really suit him back here at Happy Valley, so wouldn't be surprised if he ran well.
Easy enough to go on top?
Yeah, I'm going to put him on top. I think it's a real open race, this one, so he's on top. Asian 1. Now, he ran on really nicely at his last start. He's well weighted at 119, and barrier number 3, I thought he'd get a nice run. Durham Star probably start favourite, and it's just whether he can put 2 together and Win-Win Fighter. 5-12-2-6.
A win for Keith Young in race number 5 on Sturdy Ruby for Manfred Mann for Paul. Race number 6 now, and we've got Golden Rise having his second start in Hong Kong after running 4th on debut behind Wood on Fire. But we've got Jumbo Legend at top of the book, stepping up in distance to the 1200. Solid Charla has a tongue tie going on for the first time. Scotch Tycoon blinkers back on. Golden Rise will draw barrier number 7, carries the same weight. First starters, the 7, Sir Hurricane, the 8, Triumphant Warrior. So Awesome, wider draw, course and distance winner though. Wind Speeder unlucky last time, and Choice of Rust won his best race in Hong Kong last time, running 2nd behind Righteous Arian. Triumphant Warrior, who's shown some pace in his trials, Wind Speeder from a good draw, and Golden Rise will be right there in between horses early.
Yeah, not much pace in this race at all. So, look, Choice of Rust, he was right in behind the leaders from a really good draw last time, but he's drawn wide. Golden Link might have to look for some cover. Scotch Tycoon with blinkers back on. Solid Charla and High Percentage might be a little bit closer, but there doesn't really be too much pace, as I thought Triumphant Warrior could lead.
Our first replay, though, is the placing Choice of Us. As we just saw on your speed map, though, Paul, he's going to do it possibly tougher this week than what he did in this particular replay. What about the runs of Scotch Tycoon and High Percentage?
Yeah, like both these, because it was a really slow pace. So Choice of Us had every chance. You can see Righteous Arian winning, but both these 2 horses, Scotch Tycoon and Winning Percentage, had to come off a really slow pace. So that both their runs were full of merit. I mean, Choice of Us ran well, but he was entitled to because he was closer up. So I thought the 4 and the 5 in that particular one, Scotch Tycoon and High Percentage, both their runs were good.
Good push for that pair from Paul out of our first replay. The second one features what is going to likely be the favourite in the race, Golden Rise. There's quite a bit of talk around him leading into this on what he did in this replay. Yeah,
it was a really good run, and again, this was a very slowly run race as well. So he did very well. I mean, the first 800, there was a second outside standard, and you can see him running on really nicely here. Didn't give it away. John Sizer's horses are normally better for a first up run, and I think he looks tough to beat in this.
All right, that's a good report for Golden Rise. And the one at the top of the book here is Jumbo Legend. Vincent Ho Casper founds. He goes up in distance, runs on for 3rd behind Mr. Valiant last time. Does love the 1200, but does also give quite a bit of weight away to horses like the 4, 5 and 6.
Not a bad run, because again, this wasn't run at a fast pace as well. He got into the clear and he finished off really nicely. Just the 2-time winner, though, from his 17 starts. But look, on this run, you'd have to give him a chance. And Mr. Valiant was punted off the maps there, wasn't he?
He was, and duly delivered. Who do you like in what is, as you said off camera, a good race?
I reckon it is a very good race. Yeah, I'm going to go with Golden Rise, though. I think his second up looks ideal for him. High Percentage is just a winner waiting to happen. Scotch Tycoon with blinkers back on. And Wind Speeder, there was a lot of money for him last time. He comes in with a lightweight and drawn well in barrier 1. 6, 5, 4, 11.
That is race number 6, Treble Punters. That is the first leg of the late treble. The last two races at Happy Valley, the two highest class races of the night. That's the two highest class races of the night. The first of them is a Class 3 over the 1650 metres. Prime Minister is on the class drop out gate. Carries an extra £5 for a senior rider. All is good, having just his second start at Happy Valley. E-Legend is a three-time course and distance winner. Maldives is a two-time course and distance winner. Outdoing both of them is Red Majesty. He's won 8 over the 1650. 18 Palms was a tongue tie for the first time. Looking at the speed map, well, we know Outgate likes to roll 40. Legend crossed from out wide last time, Paul, from barrier 12 to outside the leader. Much better draw for him this week.
Yeah, so he might even lead. He might make it harder. But I thought Outgate, he sort of is barrier 10. He might just have to kick on and try and get to the front. 18 Palms from his wide draw will try and come across. All is good. He should get a nice enough run. Prime Minister coming back here to Happy Valley. Quantum Patch had no luck last time, but still ran well.
We'll have a look at Quantum Patch in just a moment. Firstly, though, we're going to the trials around All Is Good. We haven't seen him since opening day, where he did what he's been doing very well lately, and that's winning races. He's looking for 5 in a row on Wednesday night.
He's gone way up in the ratings, isn't he? Look, 3 of those 4 wins have been on wet tracks, but he's still managing to win. The horse is in good form at the moment. It's just whether he's reached the top of the mountain yet. Barrier 8, he's probably going to be the likely favourite. Look, I'm happy to take him on, though, because I just wonder if he has reached his mountain.
Right, there is going to be no rain around at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Forecast fine and clear, and a little cool for racing as well. Second replay does feature the following horses. Maldives running 6th, and Quantum Patch, who was off the track for a long way and just knocked up in the last little bit, but was entitled to.
Great run this from Quantum Patch. He was wide all the way. This was over 18. He comes back to the 1650. Should get a lot better run in this particular contest. He has been placed off a higher rating than this in the past, and he's drawn a barrier number 7, so I expect him to run well.
That's a good report for Quantum Patch. Maldives running on to his inside in that replay. Next up, we go to a horse you've always been a fan of, certainly when it comes to racing around Happy Valley. It is Prime Minister. Yeah,
look, he's very consistent in this grade. Last time he was in it, he won. He should get the race run to suit. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 1, although he hasn't got the early speed, but he might be a little bit closer than he has been in the past. You can see him finishing off this race really strongly, and this is a really strong race. The likes of Sylvester, who's come out and won since. You can see Tullabagil, he's been racing well. He's going to be in the feature on the weekend. Supreme Lucky's been running well. So, look, I think he's going really nicely here, and you can see him finishing off strongly, and it wasn't too far away. That was Dancing Code who was a bit unlucky. Tullabagil won the race, but he was a little bit unlucky, I thought, Dancing Code.
And Prime Minister has Derek Long, who's ridden him to all 3 of his victories throughout his career here in Hong Kong. Final replay, Paul, features Foolish Heart, who had 1 trial at Happy Valley prior to his 2 race day starts. So you'd imagine fitness is going to be further improved this week.
And he won that trial as well. So he does like Happy Valley. Well, he's showing that he can get around it okay. As you mentioned, he just keeps improving fitness-wise. Thought this was a good run. He stayed on nicely enough on the inside. Coming to Valley for the first time at start number 3 from barrier number 4. Look, I wanted to include him, so look, I've included him in this.
That's a good report for Foolish Heart, and he is a horse that has gone 1200, 1400 here.
Yeah, and that's Beauty Fit that on the inside there. He's run 2 really good races in a row now.
He has indeed, and Green and White and Dromberg Banner, the other 2 in that race. Foolish Heart placed over the 1600 at Eagle Farm too before he arrived. He's in your first 4, and Prime Minister's on top of your first 4.
Correct. Yep, I've got Prime Minister on top, so I really like him in this contest. Quantum Patch has been racing well. Foolish Heart. E-Legend's going to put himself right on the pace. Another one who's been placed of a higher rating before. 1, 12, 11 and 6.
Paul's best bet, race 7 though. Number 1, Prime Minister. Race number 8 now, and the last race at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. It's over the 1200 metres. It is a Class 3, and Excellent Peers is a 4-time course and distance winner. Wears a hood once again. O-Line has been back to the trial since his wet track 10th. Golden Artie's a last start winner. Sugar carries £3 less than his 5th behind Lucky Archangel. Never Too Soon, A. America Spexo. Winners down in grade at their last 2 starts. Giddy Up has his first start, and Zoom Boom is a last start winner over the 1200 in Class 4, but he does draw barrier number 12. O-liner, Paul, he showed a heap of pace in that trial and he got out to a big lead, but he did fold up late in it.
Yeah, look, he has won leading all the way at Happy Valley in the past, so I'd be surprised if he didn't lead. Denfield, look, he's got a lot better draw. We know he's led from wide draws in the past. Naboo Legend likes to put himself there. Colourful Emperor, I think, will try and get across outside O-liner, and I think he's a chance to do that, which might make it a little bit tricky for Brave Star. Excellent Pairs will get a nice run, I think.
It's interview time first of all. Nick speaking to the rider of last start winner, Never Too Soon. It's Keegan DeMello.
Keegan DeMello, Wednesday night racing coming around again quickly, of course. Happy Valley, Never Too Soon is your ride in race number 8, and it was very pleasing, I'm sure, to get the win on him last time.
Yeah, he won a really good race last time. Obviously, he had the barrier 1. It's going to be a little bit tougher this time from barrier 9. He's not a horse that has a lot of speed, but he's got good form, and he does like to come from off them, and he shows a good turn of foot. So hopefully with a few extra pounds he's made the necessary improvement, and I'm sure he'll be in the finish again.
I know you haven't got much experience with him, but that was yielding ground. Obviously, naturally it looks like it's going to be better ground. He has got form on a good surface, so versatile horse as well?
Yeah, very versatile. As I said, he was very lucky to get the inside draw last time and make a run down the inside where I thought the going was a little bit better on the night, and yeah, just hopefully things go his way and he'll get the best out of him.
He has had a trial up at Chung Fa. He was last of the fight, but I guess we don't read too much into his trials and just, you know, expect what he can do on race days is what he's good at.
Yeah, look, I thought it was quite a tough barrier that he was in, and yeah, but he's not a horse that shows you much in the morning, and so I'm not surprised he didn't show much in the trial either, but he seems to put his best foot forward race day.
Form's working out okay. He beat Wonder Kit, so would have been nice to have seen him come out and win recently.
Oh yeah, definitely, and you know, Wonder Kit's obviously on the up as well, so this horse is just improving on a good notch, so like I've mentioned before, just hopefully he brings that form to the races again.
Yeah, if he does, he certainly could give you a big chance. You and David Hall have sort of got a nice thing going. I know you've only had sort of limited rides for him, but there's a couple of winners and he continues to give you good support.
Yeah, he's given me a lot of support, a few winners, which is always nice, and you know, you just try to get your name out there, and I'm breaking through in a few more yards now, which is great, and yeah, it's just hopefully we can crack that break where you get constant support.
He rides Never Too Soon in race number 8, and some of the horses that Keegan is going to have to try and beat, they include 3 in this replay, including Colourful Emperor Paul. Now he carries extra weight for Zach Purton jumping on board, replacing Angus Chung. Denfield did plenty of work, he fades for 8th. And Sugar in the blue and white checkers.
Like all 3 of these horses, I think they're all have got legitimate chances in this race. Sugar didn't get any luck down the straight there. You could see him. He had to go in behind and then he had to go back out again, in and out. He was dancing away there, wasn't he, down the straight. So look, good run from him. Good run from Colourful Emperor too.
Okay, that's that 3. The next one features Golden Artie. He's a last start winner around Happy Valley as well. He got a perfect trip in this race. He was through on the inside. Brave Star and Excellent Pairs. They're not usually too far away, that pair.
Yeah, look, I don't mind Excellent Pairs because he's drawn nicely in barrier number 5, and another one that's been placed off higher ratings in this as well. So I quite like him in this one. Excellent Pairs. And I think he's a really good chance in this one. Brave Star, I'm just worried a little bit about the draw for him. And Golden Artie, he got the perfect run. Can he put 2 together? He hasn't in the past.
Barrier 1 to barrier number 7 for Golden Artie from that win 2 this week. Emerick to spec. So on this win, Paul, you'd think, well, he's going to be a big chance of winning again, but he gets up in grade and he just can't take the step up, can he?
No, he struggles in this grade, so that's just a query for him. With Emerick to spec, but look, he got him the clear and he won easy. You can't say anything more, but this is going to be a lot harder, this particular contest. It's just, as you say, whether he can take that step up in grade, and he hasn't been able to it so far in his career.
He's a 3-time course and distance winner, but 0 from 4 when it comes to Class 3 racing. So he's not in your top 4, but who is?
Yeah, no, he doesn't quite make it. I'm going to go with the 5 horse in this, which is Sugar, to beat Denfield, Excellent Pairs and Colourful Emperor. We talked about all of them, but Sugar, I thought with a clear run from barrier number 4, he can beat Denfield. He's drawn a lot better. Excellent Pairs has got to carry the weight, but again, in a good draw. And Colourful Emperor will just need a bit of luck from his wide draw. 5, 10, 1, 6.
That's it. 8 races. That's it for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. The preview with Paul. The first gets underway at 10 minutes past 7 o'clock.